Hello, today's topic is the parametric family. But what is meant by parametric? Parametric comes from parameters. Parameters are a common set of properties and a related graphical representation of a family. Some examples of parameters are height, width, length. A parameter can be anything else. For instance, it can be the granite thickness of a top counter casework. The creation of the parametric family. Step number 1. Choose the best family template. File, New, Family. These are the family templates and categories. It is recommended to choose the proper and most suitable family template or category. For example, I would choose Furniture RFT family for creating a table. So, Furniture RFT, open. Step 2. Choosing the right reference and working planes. We need to decide on the reference and working planes, which means working in the right view, floor, section, or elevation. Notice that there are two reference planes affecting the way we place our family to the project. Also, it is highly recommended to create additional reference planes. Hit Create and Reference Plane. Then we need to go to the elevation view, for example, back elevation. Also create an additional reference plane. Step number 3. Creating dimensions to control over the size of our family and to keep our family centered on the reference planes if required. To do so, I hit Modify tab, Align Dimension from the external reference plane to the main reference plane. Notice the dimension in inches, so I hit Manage tab, Project Unit. For rounding, I would choose 2 decimal places. And I would click on these 2 dimensions and check the Toggle Dimension Equality. And for that dimension, I would choose to be 0.5 meter. Align dimension again, the total width. Again, align dimension from external reference plane or the additional reference plane to the main one and then the other additional plane. I would choose to be 1 meter. And I would choose both of them. Check the Toggle Dimension Equality. The total dimension of the length, for example, as shown. I need to go to the elevation view and do the same. Align dimension from the main reference plane to the additional reference plane. I would like to make it, for example, 3 meters. Step number 4. Associate and assign the parameters to the created dimensions. Floor plan reference level. So I will associate that dimension to the parameter. And this is by selecting the dimension and go Label Dimension and create a parameter. That's how I assign that dimension to become a parameter. I would name that parameter width. I will assign that dimension to become the length. So label dimension, create a parameter and name it, for example, length. Okay. Also, I would go to the elevation view, back elevation for example, select on the dimension, label dimension, create a parameter, and I would name it height. It is important to lock that parameter directly from the dimension or from going to family type and lock from here. So I will lock the length and the width. Apply. OK. Step number 5. Creating the form or geometry of a family by extrusion, blend, and other forms. When creating the profile of these forms, we should be careful to draw them in a closed loop or sketch, and without duplicate lines, or else we will never be able to finish that form. I would purposely create a profile which is not a closed loop and another one with a duplicate line. For example, I would create a simple box by extrusion. Line is my drawing tool. And finish edit mode. Are you sure you want to discard extrusion? Yes. Another profile with duplicate line. Create. Also another box by extrusion. Warning from Revit. Highlighted lines overlap. Lines may not form closed loop. Cancel edit mode. Are you sure you want to discard extrusion? Yes. Now I am going to create the right profile for the extrusion form of my family. Hit Create tab, Extrusion, a rectangle, Escape. Please pay attention to specifying the extrusion end from Properties. So go Properties, Extrusion End, and click on that small icon. Choose to be height. OK. As you can notice, the depth of the extrusion would be 3 meters, which is the height of our family. And finish edit mode. Step number 6. To create many types of our created family. Hit Family Type. We need firstly to define our original family. So I need to go to New Type. I would name it Example 1. I would go again to New Type to create the other type of my family. I would name it. So there are Example 1 and Example 2. Example 1 with these dimensions. Example 2, I would change it. For example, make it 6 instead of 3. Apply. OK. Family type. Example 1. Family type. Example 2. Finally, step number 7. To save that family and load it back into our project. So as usual, File, Save or Save as Family. And to load it into our project, so load into project, override the existing version. OK. To get that family, Architectural tab, Component, place a component. This is the created parametric family. Box Example 1. Edit type. Its dimensions 3 to 1 meter. If I change the type to be example 2 box, its dimension is 6 for 2 meters. We successfully created 2 types of the same family.